Greetings, Earthlings! Just logged in here. Look at what we got. 8, 3 points, 4%, 9 of each. Ooh, free income's gonna hit that. Can't even get the 0.8. Boo. Boo. Hiss, hiss, boo. So based on those waves, what tower do you want? Which levels will decide the game? Yes. Yes to all. Speak up, they can't hear you. No, I wasn't. I can be. Oh, let's see here. So the 4%'s letting me income several times here before we get started. It's going to take you a little while to get your tower shooting fast enough to really worry about kills. I'm looking around still, trying to figure out. And you got a plus 130, and a whole bunch of them actually. You've got a 11040. You're all the way on the edge of the map. Or you've got the 6070. I'm not going to get any air hits either way, I don't think. You might get from 2 to finish. You might get a couple. But there's only one of those. So even if you do choose to use that, you're not going to... It's not going to be the only thing you do. I do think I'm going to do this. How much of the depots? 41, so you got potential to maze for a long, long, long time. I'm thinking I want to use this spot. Charge seems risky because they're going to leave here and walk all the way around. And you're going to lose almost all. I mean, you've got to lose the whole charge there. So what else we got? Angle. If you're going to do angle, you might as well take this. That might be worth doing, actually. And I can go about doing this way different. Let's do that. Talk myself into it. So, but I am going to close off one differently here. I'm going to do this. Coming that way. I gotta get it to go up and over. We will trust that it will actually do what it says it's supposed to do. Trying to keep this lane open here so I can funnel them down there. Up a little bit. That way I can keep. I think I'm going to go angle there like this. Because I wanted to come over here, that way I can use that loop. Come around this way and dig around. Actually get a lot more fire time than I had thought there. Oh, I think should I change my mind again? The angle would be strong, but you're so short on maze. I just don't like how short the maze is going to be. So, talking myself out of that. Let's go back to what I had. All right. And a stupid path, so I'm going to have to close that off just because it's being stupid. So, it is a downgrade, so you're going to lose all your speed here anyways. So we will just dump in a little bit more range, I could push them out over here. But even if I one by one a couple times and get some play up there. And range is fairly cheap, so I'm going to be able to use that area eventually. Any area over here to use yet. So let's not worry too much about one by one if you don't have to use it. Jeez. So the Viking, how do you say that? Viking. That's just weird. The Viking plays so much different than everything else. Normally you want to keep the maze close to your tower. But if you watch here, having random guys like these guys up here, it's going to take them forever to get back into my maze. And by the time they do, the other guys have just left, so I always have something theoretically to shoot. That's what you're hoping for anyways. try and keep them on the ground as long as possible. So I would expect that my wavelength is going to be timed out a lot longer than anybody else, but we'll see. Some of it depends on how cooperative your towers are as far as their ability to micro and hit the guys you want to be hitting. So look at that. I'm still going. My guys haven't even got to 2 yet, and everybody else is done. So hopefully you have figured out now that Viking is a wave that is key to winning a lot of games. If you do not play this wave correctly, you're going to usually pay for it. There's going to be somebody that will play it correctly, and they will bludgeon you. So, something to always keep in mind is which waves are going to be the most important. Cycling is usually one. Alright. So I'm winning. I'm going to go ahead and just take the income. Why not? I seem to have quite the advantage on that cycling. So on the Viking wave, I could sell these and put one there and gain an extra tower supply. But it really wouldn't. I would have to put it right back on this wave. But sometimes it's useful if you're 1 or 2 towers short and maybe they're really expensive and supply depots are really expensive, or maybe by adding like 1 tower here, you make them run all the way around and it just buys all sorts of time. So there's always reasons, potential uses for stuff like that. How are we doing? Looks like Citrus. Look at all that damage. So thinking about those airwaves, this detour, he's going to be like, I wasn't watching if I think we've had one of those already, where he's going to go, but I would anticipate coming into the zone somewhere over here at some point. Definitely, we might even get some play from start to 1. It might come down. Maybe. I don't know. Didn't pay close enough attention. But it is one of the reasons this wave and the Air Titan were a reason why I went over here. On top of this just being not a whole lot of maze possible. You're going to do good damage, but it's going to be so limited. There's the deep thought here. Looks like we're off his Bane Tower, but we're running around. Littler Tower is still doing damage. Oh, it kind of looks like his timing is the same as mine. Alright, let's see what we got here. I wonder if there is a second one. How about that? One up is no good though, right? No, there's a whole bunch of them. Sweet. That might come in handy later. Oh, they're so close. Ah, you stink. But with range being so cheap, you're certainly going to be able to get it eventually. And here's some. You get 2 shots at him. Not quite enough to beat Deep Thought. So Deep Thought has better damage, but can't stay on one target long enough to get what he needs out of it. I'm going to take that first range just because it's so cheap at 55, 56, whatever it was there. Got 2 little extra towers doing absolutely nothing. I can't figure out how to use them well. So it looks like eventually I'll get a kill there once I get closer to max speed. So here, not really super interested in winning downgrade lane. I mean, but I do want to make sure I do okay on fraud. I don't really necessarily have to win it. Don't care that much, but I would like to do well on downgrade. So to do good on downgrade, you want damage. So I'm going to play this a little differently than I normally would. Got the speed and damage about equal. Typically I'd leave that about 25 until it's maxed. I think the math on that says adding every speed is going to add 4% damage, while adding 1 damage isn't worth 4% more. So what is 4%? 25, right? So when you go from 24 to 25, you've added 4%, but when you go from 25 to 26, it's 1 less than that. So we got Citrus. He does a lot of damage quick. I wonder if he's here because his maze seems shorter. It's not like there's a rock break where you can send him out and goof around out here. Potentially you could stretch this up if you had to. What do we got? So he's done. I've still got a whole pass yet. We're going to hit that TP out there. Deep Thought seems to have about the same wavelength, so he's a little bit ahead. That might just be the difference in speed and damage here. He's got something weird with his tower, though. So I'm not sure exactly what he did, where he had good damage, but didn't get any kills on the detour. So I think his, was that 8 extra kills, minus 3 per kill. I think, yeah, the bonus probably covered that. Oh, man. Worn out for some reason. What to do? I mean, you could. I'm going to come this way with it. Start forcing down. That's what I'm kind of setting up for. Is a downgrade wave. Let's see. So, not sure if that's. I mean, Q seems like a waste, but I'm certainly no worse than Deep Thought, so I'm not gonna worry about it. So let's ask the opposite question. Instead of which is the most important wave, what are the least important waves? Which waves could you potentially, if you had to, give up on and still survive? So I don't know the answer to that either. It's a theoretical question. Somewhere Sheldon Cooper has the answer. Assuming late game, a late game wave, I play every game as if it's going to level 25, 30, 35. So late game, assuming everybody plays correctly, the Evolve, I think that's probably one of the least important waves. After that, probably the Air Titan, just because it's flying straight. Your ability to get a whole lot of kills there is very, very, very limited. So I would go Evolve as least important. Air Titan maybe second, although it will be a nice advantage for me, I think. Because it looked like I had done the most damage on it last time. But if I had to give it up, there's not really, it's not like there's a spot here where you could potentially build and get a lot of tower time. You're never going to get it from, you could be plus 50, but you're going to get absolutely destroyed. So let's see what I was talking about with Evolve. This one probably won't be so bad, so let's take a look. 233. That first guy, I won't micro it, and we'll just let it play out here for a little bit. So notice that first kill was almost instant. And we've killed it probably all 9 times. He's microing, I would assume. So that first one now has almost 2,000 hit points already. And all these other guys, if I sit here and just kind of click on them, notice most of them are still 233. So I can get a whole bunch of kills really quick by just telling it, hey, shoot all the different ones. So what I like to do is just kind of sit here and right-click as they run past. And that way I will make sure I hit everybody at least once or twice. And I will catch up on all those kills that I missed. Looks like maybe Deep Thought is already speed capped. That is quite a lot of damage advantage at the moment. So the first one, he's got to have max. So let's see what this has done here. I'll do it when I get over close to that TV. It's really annoying if somebody else is in the room. So let's watch the hit points. Mostly 800. So that's what you want. You want them all to be about equal. You don't want to be killing that first guy because he definitely has more hit points than everybody else. You just try and micro off of him, assuming that everything else is even. This guy here. Oh, no, got him. Try and find those guys with. Last time we did something like this. No matter which way I do it. And I will sell those as soon as this wave is done. So I could even run them way out here. I could get another supply there. You got options, things you could do. Start going there. Can I reach that? Let's see if I can reach, yeah. Ooh, if I sell it, I can get speed capped. So the micro is going to be important. You want to keep hitting the guy who's in the air. A super advanced thing is if there's minerals on the ground, you want to make sure that that leader stays on the ground. And sometimes it's really hard to do based on just the timing of the wave itself. So that he runs over the minerals still. You don't want to kill him and get him up in the air because then he's going to bypass. And you rob yourself of potential minerals. Notice I'm letting those guys running toward 2, going to let them run. That's fine. That's just buying time for me at the end of the wave here. But the guy's heading toward 3, I'm trying to kill. No, leave him alone. Hey, just stay on one guy, please. So that guy there, he's going to be last by quite a bit here. And remember we were talking about waves to abuse. And basically I'm winning the game because of this wave. I played one wave better than everybody else. Everything else Deep Thought has been better than me so far all game. But he's got something wrong on that wave. I wonder if, remember how when he had the detour, he had quite a bit of damage but no kills. So maybe he took a tower that spaces out the damage, like Bounce. Bounce would be really bad on Vikling, because you're constantly killing people, sending them up into the air. And that's the exact opposite of what you want to be doing. You want to keep them on the ground. So I'm going to guess that he has Bounce or something like that. Let's go take a look, see if we can find a different tower. So remember, we were talking about the angle at the beginning. And probably we were talking about sneaking it through here would have gotten him one extra loop. But the maze is just so limited there. And it looks like I'm weaker on every wave except for that Viking. And maybe the potential for the air. But it's such a huge advantage that he's in. If he can't figure out his Viking, he'll be dead next time we get there. It is an impressive damage gap there. What do we got here? 20 kills. I'd be surprised if he had more income than that. I'm going to start dumping on range. So I can just kind of stretch that farther and farther out. I don't think I'll ever be able to shoot up here, but start thinking about doing some funny stuff over here, like looping in and out real quick, just to buy more time. I guess I don't really need more range. I want to hit here, so maybe one or two more. I'd like to hit there. That would be nice. Just a little bit farther. And the way this stuff is spaced out, I guess I should bring it down one more and just kind of getting every little square inch out of there. Every tile I can get. Like that. And now I am down as long as I can be. Oops. And I'm pushing them against the wall for as long as I can. There. So remember when they hit right over here somewhere, and I'm just barely missing them. I'd be surprised if I don't get them now. So we have here, he has more kills with less damage, so he may have already taken his life buy down. So Bounce would have the same reach as I do. It's 7. Not much of an advantage. There, the real big advantage was here, I think. And Bounce wouldn't do well here with only. And there's nothing to bounce off of. You can't bounce off yourself. Frowned upon in this establishment. So I'm looking at it. I can't do that. It doesn't come back. There's not room for it. So much for that great idea. And we're looking for this pass here. What do I get compared to him? So 20 kills, that's a lot in a tight game. I think one of the previous games where it was a tall, skinny map, and there was start and finish with no checkpoints, and there was a damage thing where I put a discharge right here. But the other folks had started with an angle down here. You could actually maze a little bit coming down. And the discharge was winning so much on the air that kind of kept me around and ended up actually winning the game on that wave. I can't sit there yet. No, I can never going to get there. So, what wave is next? Downgrade. So, what do you do for downgrade? You build yourself a little tower with absolutely no speed to it, and you just go crazy. So we're going to put all of our damage on that tower. Then we'll change it to HD at the end of the wave. There's no reason to change for what we're doing. And this timing is different when he goes. I wonder if he... I don't know what he would have done. I guess you could close this off and kind of run him around. Close this off too. Make him run around to get through one and then come back. Is that any faster? It's definitely way worse on Viking. Because I want them running. I want all this downtime where they're out of range and my tower is busy destroying something else. It's worth a thought to send them in this way. And it would be virtually the same map, closing that off. Would it do anything for me over here? I could go up and over. Maybe. I don't see a huge reason to do it. I think the way it is better, especially for that Viking wave. And I got totally crazy with the range. I just don't see where else I could go. I guess I could do like a bazillion 1x1s just to be stupid. They are cheap. Supply depots are cheap. It's really the only spot I have left to maze. I guess right there doesn't do me any good. This isn't doing me any good. Just wasting. So we're close. Unless he's got a lot more length that he's not showing. Thought about taking a Q there. This earlier, the Q's 100, right? 108. So if I think about adding damage to this, well, that one's 68, and now this one is 32. So that's going to cost me 100 to increase both of those by 1. So now there is some value to the Q. As gross as that seems for me to say. Been a fan of the channel long enough, you know what I'm talking about. So his damage always starts earlier than mine and he goes faster. So what am I down? 500, 400? You got a big jump there. So maybe he's done the same thing, I don't know. So there's some down. Well, no. Yeah, no. Kind of looks to me like he has mazed it that way. Because he doesn't have that huge downtime like right now that I do. I mean, does it save towers? I guess it would. No, because you'd still have to push them out to get the TP. If you straighten this out, it would actually cost one more tower. You could sell that, so that would be the one tower to replace. Looks to me like the same. I'm not seeing it. And you would actually have to maze this a little differently. You can close it off with these two, I think, though. So if there's an advantage there, it's not much. And we are pretty much spot on as far as damage is concerned. And worst case scenario, we're sitting around waiting for Viking. And 2 waves. More damage, less kills again. I wonder if he has more life by now. A little bit weird, but. Oh, please hit ready. Save 20 seconds of life or something. Let's see if we can get him to talk about what he's done. HD versus. So I guessed correctly. I'm not usually very good at that. I'm not microing at all. So let's see, what are we behind? 23 kills. And I'll micro and try and get all my kills caught back up. I got the TP yet too. I gained up. Closed in about 10. Chatting with you all. We'll take a look at the hit points of everybody when we're done here. That first guy's probably got a ridiculous amount compared to everybody else. 8,000, 2,000, 1,400, 1,400. Yeah. So that's why you micro. So even microing, even all that, and it was worth 8 kills. He's got, 20,000, almost 20,000 damage on me. And it was worth 8 kills. So that's what I was saying. It's just not a very important wave. If you want to... Oops, that can be done. Nope, there isn't anything I can do that's the same amount. Oh. Couldn't quite get capped. He knows he's dead because of that fight, because of this wave. Downtime there. Just really kind of important that one guy makes it through. See, like that guy there. He's going to take forever. That's a good thing. Hey, you stupid tower. Stay together. Missed that. So you're going to get him. Yeah, I did get him. So notice I killed him at the very edge of range. That way he has to fly all the way through. Easy microing. So yep, stay on him, please. Let this guy run around. I think there's one more guy somewhere way back there. Nope. And that's why we play Vikling the way we do. Single target tower. Almost always the right way to go. And we were right with the way he mazed. Came down first. So basically the same, almost the same idea. 4 income, that's pretty good. Did not expect that. So just a tower mistake. But hopefully you learned something, and we will see you around. Hit us up with comments, questions, things like that. And we will chat at you later. Bye-bye.